There are 2 of us.
But there are people on the 4th floor.
Very well. If you can't arrange it...
Oh, no. It'll take just a minute to move them.
Well, you're very kind.
Miss Lemaire, don't forget they're expecting you at Samara.
Yes.
They're on their way up.
Her own plane and the whole 4th floor.
All that money and she's back for more.
Money comes to money.
Not if we get there first, Henry. Not if we get there first.
Shall I put these in the bedroom?
Yes, please. It's a nice room, isn't it?
It's not bad. It's a little overdone.
It's not bad, actually. Kind of early American nothing. Would you like me to have them send up some coffee?
No, I don't think so. Maybe, a little bit later.
How about a salad? You didn't have anything to eat on the plane.
Well, I suppose it's made me nervous coming home again for the first time.
Oh, Miss Lemaire, what lovely flowers.
I wonder who could have sent them.
There's a card.
Well, let's see. Difficult to open. Welcome home, Janet. From an old family friend, Henry Bancroft.
Do you remember him?
Yes, of course. He used to come to the house every Sunday. Father used to say, if there's one person in the world you can trust, it's Henry Bancroft.
Miss Lemaire? I'll let you know when the rest of the floor is ready.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, miss.
His name's Bosley. He's at that motel on the west end of town.
What's he do?
Says he's a bird watcher.
A bird watcher. She takes a whole floor and he stays at a motel. Why?
It's a cover.
Shh. They got company.
I'll get it. Oh, come in. It's Mr. Bosley.
Coming.
Our friend, the bird watcher.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Well, Mr. Bosley, right on time as usual.
Right on time for what?
It's about the deal. I can just feel it.
Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. Nothing for me. I've got to keep a clear head today. Odd thing, I've never been overly impressed with money. I'm a man of simple habits. My needs are few, but suddenly to be within arm's length of a king's ransom, I only hope that nothing goes wrong.
Don't worry, Mr. Bosley. Nothing will go wrong.
That's very kind of you. Oh, that'll be Los Angeles. Bosley here?
Charlie here. Can you talk?
No problem, sir.
Well, what do you think? Is it A-OK?
The tests are very promising, sir, as I was just indicating to Miss Lemaire.
You mean she's there with you now?
You could say that, sir.
Now listen, Bosley, I want a yes or a no. Just that, you understand? Yes or no. Did she sign?
No.
Bosley, we're talking about millions. Will she?
I'm convinced of it.
Good.
They're really carving her up.
And you'll make your final test. When?
That'll be in the morning, sir.
Oh, one more thing, Bosley. We'll have to move fast. We're done for if that gang from overseas hears about it. We can't outbid them.
Already here, sir. We can roll as soon as you get the equipment here.
You don't have to worry about my end, Bosley. I'm looking at some of the equipment right now. And believe me, it's ready to move.
Well, then you know where to reach me, Miss Lemaire.
Yes, of course. If you'll just leave the papers with my secretary, I'll sign them tonight.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Well, goodbye.
Get going. Don't let him out of your sight. Now, you're sure she won't recognize you?
I told you she was drugged the whole time.
All right. You better get on back to the house. Have Rachel fill you in on who you're supposed to be.
Okay.
trust that one.
What makes you think I do, Henry?
Yeah, you were right, pal. Living wage means one thing up here and something else down the hill.
So sorry. Are you all right?
Oh, it was my fault. No harm done. You okay, Mike? Hmm? Thank you.
Yes.
Stay in there, Mike. Good dog.
Aram? Aren't you Aram? Aram Collegian?
Yeah, that's right.
But you don't remember me. No? And you've probably forgotten all about our blood oath.
Janet Lemire.
Yes.
This is getting to be some curve.
You know, you really haven't changed a bit.
You have.
Have I?
Well, little girls do grow up, they say. Sometimes into beautiful women.
Thank you. Hey, how's your collarbone?
Which collarbone is that?
Well, don't you remember? The day I fell out of the hayloft in the barn?
The barn.
The barn down by the river.
You know, I'm getting pretty tired of meeting Janet Lemire's every day. What the devil are you two up to?
Who?
You. And the one yesterday, the one who filled you in.
Filled me in about what?
You can turn it off, honey. There never was a barn down by the river. I made it up.
I see. You gonna give me away?
Give me a reason I shouldn't.
You didn't say anything about yesterday's Janet Lemire.
No, I didn't.
Why not?
Anything she could do to shake up those two on the hill was okay with me. You know, it's too bad you weren't for real. The girl I used to know had a lot of spunk. She would have changed some things around here. Ever since old man Lemire disappeared, it's been tough for the people down the hill to get a fair break.
Things are gonna change around here, Aram. Trust me. Please don't give me away.
What's your name?
Sabrina.
Go shake 'em up, Sabrina.
My tree. I used to climb down it when I was supposed to be asleep, and no one ever knew. What can I say? It's home.
That, lawyer feller, Woodville, I guess he told you about the imposter?
Yes. She was working with the two men who drugged me.
Must have been an awful experience.
Well, fortunately, all I remember about it is her voice. That dreadful girl leaning over me, asking question after question after... Well, it doesn't... And, you're Rachel's cousin, Georgette?
From Houston.
Yes. Well, you're very pretty.
Thank you.
Must be nice to be home, safe and sound.
Yes, it is.
And on Saturday, Samara is all yours.
Well, not really, Henry.
What do you mean by that?
Well, on Saturday, Samara may be mine by law, but not by right. After all the love and the care that you've given to Samara all these years, Rachel, I couldn't dream of taking it away from you.
You mean you're letting me keep it?
Quite simply, yes.
That's the most generous thing I've ever heard.
Well, it's very easy to be generous when you're the only niece of a number of rich relatives, all of whom died childless. I've been very lucky. You can work out the details with Mr. Woodville, can't you, Henry?
Yes, of course.
I don't know what to say.
Well, there's just one small thing.
What's that?
I've been traveling quite a lot. And when I was in Tibet, I met an old man in a lamasery who taught me that the true power of money is in giving and leaving something to show that your life had been useful. Well, wherever I've gone, I've tried to remember what he taught me. I helped to build a church in a tiny Indian pueblo and a home for unwed mothers in Boston. Here at Samara, I would like to leave something in its own beautiful setting that would last forever. A bird sanctuary.
A bird sanctuary?
Yes. I was thinking of the 40 acres down by the south end.
The swamp?
Well, it's of no use to you, Rachel, and the birds would love it. Would you mind terribly?
No, of course not.
Well, I really must be going. It was so nice to see you again, Henry.
And you?
I'll show you to the door.
Thank you, Rachel. It was lovely to see you all.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I'm so happy you agreed with my plan, Rachel.
It was such a small thing to ask.
Yes, well, we'll call it the Vincent Lemaire Sanctuary, after my father, wherever he may be. You know, it's all just exactly as I remember it. Except, somehow I thought it was larger.
The swamp. It's gotta be it.
Been at it for a couple hours now. Doesn't look like he's after birds.
Not unless they fly underwater.
Where's he going?
Looks like he's heading for the landing. Come on. Morning.
Oh, good morning.
Nice day, huh?
Oh, yes.
This is, private property. What we doing out there?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I was bird watching. Marvelous hobby, our feathered friends. I made a few remarkable discoveries this morning. I saw a speckled robin. Now, that's the first one I've seen this far north in years.
By any chance, did you see a lying swallow?
I don't believe I know the species.
I'm looking at one.
I don't understand.
You're no more bird watcher than I am.
I am a life member of the Audubon Society.
Look, Mr. Bosley, I know all about the phone call for Charlie, the test, the equipment. And I didn't hear anything about no speckled robin.
Please, if Charlie finds out I've blown my cover, I'll lose my job.
What is your job?
I beg of you, don't ask me. You don't know the people you're dealing with. They can topple governments.
And you don't know the people you're dealing with. If you don't talk, the only bird around here is gonna be a dead duck. You got 5 seconds, Bosley. Now, what is it out there that's worth millions?
Oil.
Enough to make Texas look like a country gas station.
Are you sure? Maybe we ought to check it out.
We did. We persuaded the bird watcher to give us that LA number. You know who Charlie is? XO Oil. And that bunch from overseas? From Iran.
No wonder Miss High and Mighty could afford to be so generous. The problem is, how are we going to get the swamp away from her?
We don't have to.
The land isn't hers. We sold it off to a man named Hawkins. The land was worthless, and Bo wanted a new car.
Can you get it back?
No problem. Hawkins is what you might call a anxious seller. Hold it. Now hold it. I know we've had our run-ins, but I'm here to straighten all that out. How about it, Hawkins? Hawkins?
He ain't here.
When's he coming back?
Ain't.
Well, can we talk?
Stay where you are.
Hi. I'm Bo Creel.
I know who you are. Mr. Hawkins warned us about you when we bought this place.
You bought it?
Yeah, my grandpa and me. Gave Mr. Hawkins what he paid for it, $20,000. Him and his family went back to Arizona.
Who is it, Jelly Lou?
Calls himself Bo Creel.
What's he want?
Don't know yet.
Well, you see, I'll come here with this very generous business proposition.
I don't trust a man whose teeth don't show when he smiles.
When Hawkins sold you this place, I guess he forgot to mention it was worthless.
Didn't have to. Any fool could see that. It's mostly swamp.
Then why buy it?
You wouldn't understand. Grandpa had always wanted to find the right piece of swampland where he could live out the rest of his days. Born in a swamp he was, just like me and my ma, in a bayou down by the mouth of the Big Muddy. As far as your eyes could see, it was swampland with tree stumps rotting in the slime. But it weren't ours.
What if you had enough money to buy a bigger and better place?
How much money are you talking about?
How's 25,000 sound?
What's he after, Jelly Lou?
Trying to steal the place away from us from the sound of it.
Oh, you won't let him do that, will ya?
Don't worry, Grandpa.
Shoot him if you have to. He's trespassing.
I can handle him.
Same thing goes for that Arab when he comes back.
Arab?
From Iran.
What do you want?
Same as you, Grandpa's swamp. Had a fella with him with a whole big bag of money.
How much did he offer?
100,000. Said he'd go higher.
Well, how much higher?
Why do you want it so bad?
Well, you see, we're gonna build this bird sanctuary. How does 150,000 sound?
I don't know. I told you Grandpa's swamp folk.
200.
Get rid of him, Jilly Lou.
He's going, Grandpa. Just leave him to me. You know, Grandpa's getting old, and he really ain't dealing with the full deck up there, so, I think I could get him to sell.
For how much?
$250,000.
230,000. 240. $250,000.
Won't my grandpa be happy to see all this money? He's waiting for me outside the sheriff's office.
Deed.
Oh. I guess I just got no head for business. Thank you. Tillman Road. Mr. Creel, you got yourself a bird sanctuary. Bye.
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 Bye. Well, there goes every penny we had in the world.
Think of 100 times that much, Henry.
Signed, sealed, and delivered. We're in business.
Looks like.
It's going to take a lot of equipment. That costs money.
Well, we got the biggest outfit in the Panhandle coming in with us. We're sending men out tomorrow to check it out.
They'll give us manpower, dredging equipment, oil rigs, whatever we need.
Maybe we all ought to get some sleep. We have a big day ahead.
Yeah. Well, you go ahead. We, have some business to take care of.
Good night.
Good night.
All right.
Do you have to go out there tonight?
You want them to dredge the swamp and find the old man?
What are we going to do about her?
One thing at a time, Henry. One thing at a time.
Woodrow,
Yes, here.
it's tonight.
Good. Meet us at the south end of the swamp.
Right.
Found a nice place on the back of the ridge. Dig him a new grave. Let's go.
Everything all right? Good. Kelly, over here.
Where's Bosley?
He's on his way back to Los Angeles with the money. All right, we'll each take a section. The minute they show, I'll call the sheriff. He'll have plenty of time to get here before they bring up the evidence.
All right.
Let's go.
Okay.
Woodville, I think I've got something.
What is it?
3 of them in an outboard.
I'll call the sheriff. Stay where you are. Don't take any chances.
Okay.
You've been disconnected.
Okay. He's tied to an old plow. Bring him up.
They're pulling something up. They've got it. Woodville, where's the sheriff? Woodville, can you hear me?
Woodville? Woodville? Sabrina, Jill, something's gone wrong. We better get out of here.
Right.
I just heard you talking to your friends, Jill and Sabrina. Anybody else out there? Huh? I'd like to meet them. Give me that. Jill and Sabrina? And whoever else is out there, you better stop and listen. I got your friend in a clearing over here near your car. Get over here and join her, or I'll put a bullet through her. You got that? You stay right there.
Fine, he's over there.
Don't move, any of you. Mr. Creel? Can you hear me?
What is it?
Made me a nice little catch right here on shore. 1 fisherman and 3 pretty fish.
Where are you?
South side.
I will stay there.
You got any ideas? Forget it.
All right. You stay here with the boat. Keep an eye on our friend.
Wilder?
Over here.
Who's the other one?
The lawyer. Back by his car, out cold.
Go get him. Any sign of the bird watcher?
Not a sign.
It was all a con. One great big con.
I guess you know that there was never really any oil.
Yeah, I guess I know that.
What do we do with him?
Well, we came to dig a grave. May have to make it a whole cemetery.
Anything happens to us, you're out $250,000.
We'll call Bosley in L.A. and he'll bring it all back.
Yeah, that way nobody will get hurt.
Oh, no. No. No, if you were after money, you'd have been long gone. This whole con was set up to make me lead you to what's in that boat. I mean, without old man Lemire's body, you got nothing. Now you got murder one. Only, who you gonna tell about it? Let's go.
Come on, move.
Hit me. Somebody hit me.
Whoa, the boat.
Well, don't just stand there. Leave him with Bancroft. Well, go after him. I'll take the girl in the swamp.
One way that way.
Here. Watch him.
Stop where you are.
Okay, back to the boat.